Larry is all smiles this morning. Larry is all smiles this morning. I couldn't be better, thank you. I couldn't be better, thank you. You look rather cheerful this morning. You look rather cheerful this morning. I am delighted to be here. I am delighted to be here. What an excellent day. What an excellent day. I'm really excited about the trip. I'm really excited about the trip. What a fantastic idea. What a fantastic idea. I feel so happy today. I feel so happy today. I'm in heaven right now. I'm in heaven right now. That was an incredible movie. That was an incredible movie. Nothing gives her more joy than her children. Nothing gives her more joy than her children. Jackie is a joyful person. Jackie is a joyful person. Her face lit up when Mark walked into the room. Her face lit up when Mark walked into the room. After exercising, I feel marvelous. After exercising, I feel marvelous. I feel on top of the world. I feel on top of the world. He felt overjoyed by the news. He felt overjoyed by the news. Sam is the most positive person I know. Sam is the most positive person I know. You did a splendid job on that report. You did a splendid job on that report. Super. Let's do that tomorrow. Super. Let's do that tomorrow. I'm thrilled to meet you. I'm thrilled to meet you. Gordon is up about things these days. Gordon is up about things these days. I feel wonderful. I feel wonderful. Do you know why Janice is beaming today? Do you know why Janice is beaming today? This dessert is beyond compare. This dessert is beyond compare. Thank you for inviting me to this delightful party. Thank you for inviting me to this delightful party. He was ecstatic when he won the lottery. He was ecstatic when he won the lottery. The boss appears to be in a great mood. The boss appears to be in a great mood. I've never been better. How about you? I've never been better. How about you? Her cooking is out of this world. Her cooking is out of this world. Once he got the promotion, he was riding high. Once he got the promotion, he was riding high. His skill is superb. His skill is superb. Alan always seems to be very upbeat. Alan always seems to be very upbeat. You look like you're in an uplifted mood. You look like you're in an uplifted mood. Whenever she meets him, she feels elated. Whenever she meets him, she feels elated. Tom experienced an exuberant feeling this morning. Tom experienced an exuberant feeling this morning. She is absolutely gleeful about her new job. She is absolutely gleeful about her new job. I could tell Ted was in high spirits. I could tell Ted was in high spirits. This is a joyous occasion. This is a joyous occasion. Gloria looks like she's on cloud 9. Gloria looks like she's on cloud 9. Wally raved about his new girlfriend all day. Wally raved about his new girlfriend all day. He is a stupendous singer. He is a stupendous singer. Wanda is tickled pink about her new car. Wanda is tickled pink about her new car. It's a difficult time for him right now. It's a difficult time for him right now. Sometimes I feel kind of blue. Sometimes I feel kind of blue. After her divorce, Amanda appeared broken. After her divorce, Amanda appeared broken. Ron didn't want to admit he felt depressed. Ron didn't want to admit he felt depressed. Don't despair, things will get better. Don't despair, things will get better. Whenever I'm discouraged, I eat chocolate. Whenever I'm discouraged, I eat chocolate. Jim is feeling down today. Jim is feeling down today. Don't talk like you want to end it all. Don't talk like you want to end it all. All my coworkers seem rather gloomy. All my coworkers seem rather gloomy. It is with a heavy heart that I tell you this news. It is with a heavy heart that I tell you this news. John thinks everything is hopeless. John thinks everything is hopeless. Man, life sucks. Man, life sucks. Tim is not over the breakup with his girlfriend. Tim is not over the breakup with his girlfriend. Jerome regrets saying those awful words to his friend. Jerome regrets saying those awful words to his friend. Her sorrow regarding the matter was deep. Her sorrow regarding the matter was deep. I think Eric is a very unhappy person. I think Eric is a very unhappy person. George seems like a beaten man these days. George seems like a beaten man these days. This job is a real bummer. This job is a real bummer. I think he might be clinically depressed. I think he might be clinically depressed. The news is often depressing. The news is often depressing. Jack looked despondent. Jack looked despondent. She was devastated when her husband left her. She was devastated when her husband left her. The man told her the devastating news. The man told her the devastating news. Raymond is discontent in his marriage. Raymond is discontent in his marriage. Don't be so downcast. Don't be so downcast. Do you ever get the blues? Do you ever get the blues? Richard has been going through a tough time lately. Richard has been going through a tough time lately. I've been in a rut for the past 6 months. I've been in a rut for the past 6 months. A sudden feeling of melancholy overcame him. A sudden feeling of melancholy overcame him. Oliver has been miserable since his dog ran away. Oliver has been miserable since his dog ran away. He sometimes has regretful feelings about things he didn't do. He sometimes has regretful feelings about things he didn't do. Rhonda had a sorrowful look upon her face. Rhonda had a sorrowful look upon her face. Some teenagers feel suicidal occasionally. Some teenagers feel suicidal occasionally. His life is filled with woe. His life is filled with woe. Sidney looks like he's awfully weighed down. Sidney looks like he's awfully weighed down. Tom always looks like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. Tom always looks like he has the weight of the world on his shoulders. I'm totally bummed out today. I'm totally bummed out today. When I lost my job, I felt dejected. When I lost my job, I felt dejected. Did you notice Dan seems down in the dumps? Did you notice Dan seems down in the dumps? Susan feels forlorn in a new city. Susan feels forlorn in a new city. Janet is absolutely grief-stricken at the death of her son. Janet is absolutely grief-stricken at the death of her son. Leave her alone. She's grieving the loss of her husband. Leave her alone. She's grieving the loss of her husband. After the tragedy, Ken was inconsolable. After the tragedy, Ken was inconsolable. I'm so lethargic these days, I don't want to do anything. I'm so lethargic these days, I don't want to do anything. Let me tell you, life's the pits. Let me tell you, life's the pits. Patty always seems so melancholic. Patty always seems so melancholic. Helen mourns the death of her sister. Helen mourns the death of her sister. She can't help but be mournful since the accident. She can't help but be mournful since the accident. Harry pines for the happy days of his youth. Harry pines for the happy days of his youth. You were looking very woeful this morning. You were looking very woeful this morning. Cheer up. Cheer up. Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is another day. No use crying over spilled milk. No use crying over spilled milk. Time heals everything. Time heals everything. I feel for you. I feel for you. It's not as bad as all that. It's not as bad as all that. Jerry comforted his friend. Jerry comforted his friend. How awful about the tragedy. How awful about the tragedy. I pity those children whose mothers died. I pity those children whose mothers died. I'm extremely sorry for your loss, Terry. I'm extremely sorry for your loss, Terry. Jerry is a very understanding person. Jerry is a very understanding person. She expressed her compassion by sending flowers. She expressed her compassion by sending flowers. I wish to offer my condolences. I wish to offer my condolences. She felt a lot of empathy for the poor. She felt a lot of empathy for the poor. I'd like to offer you my heartfelt sympathy. I'd like to offer you my heartfelt sympathy. How terrible it is to hear of the accident. How terrible it is to hear of the accident. Kim is in a state of shock over her brother's death. Kim is in a state of shock over her brother's death. My sympathies go out to Trevor and his family. My sympathies go out to Trevor and his family. I was very saddened to hear about the news. I was very saddened to hear about the news. Thank you for your sensitivity. Thank you for your sensitivity. We are sorry to hear about your loss. We are sorry to hear about your loss. The boss sympathized with Mary's problem. The boss sympathized with Mary's problem. Our thoughts and prayers are with you in this difficult time. Our thoughts and prayers are with you in this difficult time. Words cannot express our deep sorrow. Words cannot express our deep sorrow. They tried to console the woman, but it was no use. They tried to console the woman, but it was no use. She sought solace in books. She sought solace in books.